just had to do that real quick, you know what I'm saying? YouTube, do not try to shut me down for playing that music, man. I had to do that for Rich Homie, bro. R.I.P. RHQ. Rich Homie, baby. Speaking of which, shout out to all the players that hit the Quan for their touchdown celebration this weekend. That was lit. We just lost a real one, an Atlanta legend. Prayers to the family and the friends, for sure. Had to start like that. This is another episode of CFB with Ziggy, and we talking about the Week 2 recap. You feel me? Guys to get into it. And some insanity didn't happen, so we finna get straight to it, y'all. Where my notes at. You know we gotta start with Texas throttling Michigan, 31-12. Throttled, despite that score seemingly close. No, not really. Not close at all. Texas came into the big house and did their motherfucking thing, bro. And Michigan was just out there looking lost. And a lack of strong, consistent quarterback play is going to be a problem for them. And it's already reared its ugly head. That boy Quinn Ewers went up there and did his thing, boy. Took command of that offense. Went 24 for 36, 246 and 3 touchdowns like it was nothing, bro. Like, Steve Sarkisian has this team humming like a machine. You can now say Texas has reached the status of a Georgia, Alabama, Ohio State. A machine, both sides of the ball, well, all three phases of the game, consistently with the recruiting. Strong, big, like, Texas is for real. We see always get on Texas fans for talking about they back. No, they back for real. You can tell they back because they ain't saying it no more. See, when you keep your mouth shut, people will see it for what it really is versus when you doing all that talking. If you talking, you ain't really about it, man. Just be quiet and do your work. Texas is doing their work. That was a statement win for the Longhorns of Sarkisian. He got them boys on the roll. They are legit. And the defense, see, that's the biggest thing. A lot of teams have great offenses, but can't stop nothing. Can't stop a nosebleed. Texas's defense is for real. That D-line shut down what Michigan wants to do the most, which is run the ball. Held them under 100 rushing yards. In their house. Michigan was in there looking stunned. Texas had a crowd quiet, boy. Like, Texas is really in that tier 1 of national title contenders, of possible SEC champions. Yeah, they right there. So Texas fans, I know y'all love that. Y'all on the roll. Keep that thing going. The running backs, the running game went crazy. Just spreading the ball out. I forgot his name. Y'all had one of y'all running backs get hurt. He bounced back and had a big play like the next time he touched the ball. Come on. Mental strength, fortitude. Michigan, on the other hand, they thrive on being a defensive team. Like, that's their identity first. When you think of Michigan, you think hard-nosed, shut you down defense. This is a far cry from the type of defense that was just there. Won a national champion. These are the reigning national champions getting thumped like this in their crib. That's all you need to know that this is not the same Michigan whatsoever. Identity, the way they play, the type of players that they have. They done had so many players leave. The head coach left, but it's not really an excuse because Sharon Moore, he knows what he's doing. It's just not producing on the field. So, I go back to the quarterback situation. Davis Warren is just, it's not it right now. Maybe he develops and gets better throughout the season, but he's looking real green right now. Like, it's going to be a work in progress for him. To be honest, a work in progress for the whole team. Like, this isn't really a rebuild year for Michigan per se, but it's rebuild-ish. They got a lot of pieces and personnel that they need to bring into the team to fit the identity and the style that they want to play. And it's really going to take that. And so Michigan fans, I know that one hurt, but the season's not over. But y'all just have a lot of work to do. Sharon Moore got to get them boys right and ready because this is just the beginning. Of course, one loss doesn't keep you out of the playoff because we got a 12-team playoff now. But as soon as you have a loss, you're on notice. You're on notice. Find those issues and improve them because it's only going to get tougher from here. Straight up. So they definitely have to bounce back from that crushing loss. So, but Texas, on the other hand, riding high. Got to keep that thing going. Next game's up for both teams. Texas has to play UTSA. Dub. Michigan has Arkansas State. Dub, but work on them things that y'all need to work on. Y'all know what they are. Man. And for that to be the biggest game of the day, yeah, no, that game wasn't close at all. Not at all. We'll see where both teams go from here. Next game up to talk about Tennessee versus NC State. The Volunteers dragged the Wolfpack 51-10. That's crazy. So many people picked NC State to win. The line was like, I don't know, barely double digits. And they got destroyed by 41 points. Boy. Speaking of teams looking legit, Tennessee. Y'all showing me something. And again, it's because it's not just offense, it's defense. You held NC State to 10 points. That's crazy. Tennessee quarterback Nico Iamaleava nailed it. Finally looked human. That boy went crazy last week against inferior competition, but he got into technically a road environment, even though NC State wasn't really home. It was kind of home. It's in North Carolina. He did throw 2 interceptions. He went 16 for 23, 211 yards, 2 touchdowns with those 2 interceptions. But overall, he was poised. He bounced back from both interceptions, from his mistakes, and held it down. That's a young man with great mental fortitude once again. He's going to do great for them, for sure. How about the running game? That boy Dylan Sampson, 20 carries, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns. I ain't mad at that. And that's going to be key, too, to the offense. Because, see, Josh Heupel is known for his high-powered passing attack, but it needs a strong running element involved. And they definitely have one in Sampson. That boy good. But the defense went crazy. Holding NC State to 10 points again, bruh. It's been a while since I've seen Tennessee play consistent defense like this. And what's crazy is in the first half, the game was somewhat close as far as momentum. No side really had the edge until a pick 6 late in the second quarter. Linebacker, I think he's a linebacker, Aiden White, took it to the crib. Snatched all the momentum instantly. It was over with then. They held NC State to 39 rushing yards. Come on, bro. Only 143 total. That should tell you right there what it is. NC State was going to have to do the most to try to pull out a victory. They ain't had nothing for them. So, I think the biggest takeaway for me is kind of a toss-up between the defense and their ability to run the ball, the Volunteers, that is, for Tennessee. NC State struggles against Western Carolina were definitely exposed instantly. That was against inferior competition. You needed to get right. You didn't. A better team put you on blast, thrashed you. And to be honest, NC State really couldn't do nothing. Grayson McCall, he did great when he was at Coastal Carolina. So it was basically a home game for him, but not here. Not at all. Nothing that offensive coordinator or the head coach threw together was going to make him be able to produce against what Tennessee brought to that game. Not at all. And NC State's defense got gas late, and it was over with. Tennessee blew it wide open. Pause. So to be honest, all the preseason hype has definitely got question marks all over it for NC State. Like, are they really ACC contenders? Because it ain't looking like it. Again, this is another situation of a team with only one loss. It's just the beginning of the season. But losing in that fashion, it ain't looking too good for them. And I mean, NC State has a tough schedule coming up. I mean, they got Clemson, They got Northern Illinois, who just upset Notre Dame. You know we finna talk about that. The hell? Syracuse, who's looking good. Georgia Tech is still strong. Yeah, they got to get right. Next game's up for Tennessee against Kent State. Dub. NC State versus La Tech. Dub. But you got a lot of work to do. You best get right. Man, that was an interesting game. Tennessee, they done shown me something. Ain't like y'all gonna beat teams named Georgia or anything, but y'all showed me something. You did your thing. I ain't mad at it. Next game up that we gotta talk about, Oregon and Boise State. A game that I did not watch because that motherfucker came on way too late, bro. Ain't no way, but I fell asleep. I'm the type of fan that I watch games from sun up to sundown when it comes to Saturdays in the fall, but Oregon is bringing that Pac-12 after dark energy over here to the Big Ten. And your boy can't hang. Well, I just can't hang. I don't know. Like, if I go out or something, I can hang, but staying up to watch a game, that'd be tough. But the Ducks escape again against the Broncos with a walk-off field goal, 37-34. Now, to be fair to Oregon, they did look slightly better on offense. Dylan Gabriel definitely advanced to some degree. Went 18 for 21, 243 yards and 2 touchdowns. Wasn't quite dinking and dunking. He had a slightly higher average yards per attempt and per catch. So, to be honest, this is the biggest takeaway for their offense. Their offense is legit, but the defense, what's going on? Now, I know Boise State is a good team, but this is a team led by Dan Lanning, a defensive-minded coach, former defensive coordinator for Georgia when Georgia was dominating and had the best defense in the nation. So for a team led by him to have given up 34 points is wild to me. I don't give a damn who it is. That's just, whew. But Boise State was bringing it to him, boy. That running back, Ashton Jeanty, boy, that man might be the best running back in the nation, boy. 25 carries, 192 yards, 3 touchdowns. Go look at his highlights if y'all ain't watched either of Boise State's first 2 games. That boy's legit. He ain't playing with him. That boy cold. So like I said, Boise is a good team, but Oregon's defense definitely has question marks. Could not stop the run for the most part. And even the secondary was looking leaky at times. So I don't know. There was a lot of hype about Oregon being a legit Big Ten / national title contender. Looking like they could be a challenge to Ohio State in the Big Ten, but not playing like this, man. So let's see. They're going to have to bounce back. Next game up for Boise State, Portland State. Oregon got rivals Oregon State. Quick comment, like, why can some teams who leave a conference to go somewhere else maintain their rivalry with their previous conference, but not other teams? Like, why Oklahoma can't continue to play Oklahoma State? I need Bedlam in my life. Come on, NCAA, get this shit together, bro. But anyway, great game nonetheless. And this is all information from highlights, because like I said, I ain't watched that game. Came on way too late. Next game we gotta talk about, boy, oh boy. Colorado and Nebraska. Nebraska dominates the Buffs 28-10. And it hurts seeing this because I love Deion, man. Love Deion. I love what he's doing over there at Colorado, but there's a lot of changes he needs to make as far as the profile of his team to really be a contender. A lot. And it starts with the lines of scrimmage, offensive and defensive. The biggest issue last year was the fact that their offensive line could not protect Shedeur Sanders, and it looks like nothing much has changed. In the meantime, Nebraska has entered the chat, y'all. They back. This is a team that used to be raw back in the 90s, winning natties and long win streaks. I think they went back to back. And it looks like they're back, y'all. That boy Dylan Raiola, true freshman. I wish we would have kept him at Georgia, but he chose Nebraska, you know. Ain't no wrong with it. His dad went there, so he already had ties. It is what it is. but he is doing his thing. He didn't go too crazy. He went 23 for 30, 185 yards and a touchdown, but no interceptions, no turnovers. Kept his composure, kept the drives going. And there's really no need for him to go crazy because the running game was very efficient. And it didn't seem like, at least in the beginning or the first half, there was much that Colorado's defense could do to stop them. Matt Rule, his imprint is now becoming clear and showing up on this Nebraska team and the way they perform. And Matt Rule has a track record for doing his thing in his third year. Well, I say his second year. Yeah, it's more so his second year. But regardless, he improves teams that had losing records everywhere he goes. And now it seems like he has the team that he wants. He has all his guys, the guys that he's recruited in there. They're doing their thing. And you gotta love to see it. Like I said, Nebraska exposed Colorado in a lot of ways. Offensive line struggles. Shedeur Sanders was getting hit all night. And Shedeur, when he gets in moments where he likes to force things, especially when things get rough for him. And that led to that pick six. Back in his own end zone. And that was like I think it was a stop route to the far hash. Everybody that know football know that's a dangerous throw to make. Dangerous. Like it has to come out your hand before the receiver even turns around. You got to throw that thing like 1,000 miles per hour. Everything has to be perfection and more. And even if it does have perfect scenario, like you still shouldn't do it. Guess what? Pick six. That killed it for him right there. Y'all saw his face when he threw that. Like he was stuck. He didn't know what to do. It was over with. And like I said in the beginning of this topic, Colorado has a nice set of skill players, but not much of anything else. Not the type of offensive line, defensive line he needs, not the type of secondary he needs. They already have a couple of injuries, but they're in a position where they can't really afford injuries like that. So, for this to be Colorado's first year in the Big 12, it doesn't look like much change from when they was in the Pac-12, y'all. I just want for Deion, Shedeur, and them boys to really improve throughout the season. That's all I really want, because it's going to be they got a tough schedule, and they're in the Big 12 where they're playing a lot stronger, a lot tougher teams. So let's just see where they go. Let's see how they respond to adversity. Next game's up for Colorado. Guess what? Colorado got Colorado State. We remember that game last year. We stayed up for that one. I ain't gonna lie. I was nodding off. But that was during the height of the hype train of Colorado and prime time and them boys. Instant classic against their rival. Pulled it out at the end, boy. Could we have another one like that? Let's see. Nebraska has Northern Iowa. Dub. Ain't gotta worry about it. But yeah, that Colorado-Nebraska rivalry might be back too. 2 years in a row, where either great games / great hype, great moments around it. So can't be mad at that. This next one, oh yeah. Bama fans, y'all knew I was coming for y'all. Y'all do. Bama pulls away late against the USF Bulls, 42-16. A scoreline like that sounds like they did their job, right? Cap! Bama, what the hell was that? Didn't y'all just struggle against these same boys last year? In their crib, didn't they show y'all that if you play around with them, they gonna punch you in the mouth? They told y'all. They showed you. In your grill. Y'all got all the momentum. You got the chip in your shoulder from that. I understand Nick Saban ain't there, but some of y'all players was there last year when that happened. And Nick Saban was in the building. This was the name day, naming the field Nick Saban Field and Bryant-Denny Stadium. And y'all came out like that? Struggling, boy. USF offense gashed Bama's defense for over 200 yards. Bruh. Funny. That's just funny to see. I ain't got no words. I'm not even a Bama fan, and I was dumbfounded by what I saw. Because I was like, ain't no way this is going on 2 years in a row against the same team, bro. I don't believe it. I don't believe it. Some of the same things is happening again. Bama undisciplined. 13 penalties for 120 yards. For real. And I'm talking about key, horrible penalties. Penalties that negated touchdowns or big plays that would have led to scores to where the game would have never been close. Bama would have blew them boys out. No, y'all want to have penalties. Boy, y'all had Nick in there shaking his head, boy. That nigga wanted to reschedule the naming of the field. He said, bro, let's do this next week. He ain't like them vibes. Y'all fans, oh my Lord. The fans was in there looking sick, boy. Bama fans was in there looking like they got dropped in the new time zone, boy. They got dropped, boy. Got dropped in the 1920s. What? What the hell? Where am I? Bro, what the fuck? Ain't no cars out here. What the horse and carriage shit is? Hey, man, somebody get me back to what I'm used to. Lost. Caden Proctor, the center, was injured. So, I mean, it's understandable to a degree, the lack of chemistry on the offensive line. I mean, I can see that somewhat, but still, though, that ain't no excuse. That's no excuse for allowing all that pressure that Jalen Milroe had to deal with all game. USF was in his face. And like I said, South Florida's quarterback, Byron Brown, was giving Bama fits, boy. I'm talking about drives where he ran like 5-6 times in a row and Bama couldn't stop nothing to the guy in the red zone. Had y'all looking clueless. So halftime happened. Second half, you would think Kalen DeBoer had, and the coaching staff made the adjustments, talked to them boys, told them what they needed to hear to get them right. Bama, y'all come out in the second half and have 3 fumbles. I think it was damn near 3 consecutive drives, fumbles on every drive. Y'all drove it all the way down to the goal line. Jalen Milroe fumbled at the 2. Oh, my Lord. You keep giving USF gifts. Y'all just so fortunate that they didn't really take advantage every time they got in the red zone or achieved anything when they went for 2, because it might have been a whole different result, man. Thank God Bama woke up in the fourth quarter. Thank God for Jam Miller and Ryan Williams with those late touchdowns, because yikes. So to be honest, Bama clearly has a lot of work to do, especially with the game that they have coming up. A road game to Big Ten country, Madison, Wisconsin, to play the Badgers. Now, Wisconsin has won their first 2 games, but not in great fashion. So I don't want to say y'all got too much to worry about. But playing like that, you will get upset by Wisconsin. Playing like that in a few weeks against Georgia, regardless if you're home or not, you will lose. I guarantee you that. Play around with them dogs if you want to. Now, I already know Bama going to switch up and get right when they play Georgia. I'm not even finna dwell on that. But that right there, as a Georgia fan, that was disappointing to see, bro. That was terrible. Trash. Get right, please. Let's see what Bama do next week. Whoo! From one tough game to something even tougher. Boy, Northern Illinois upsets Notre Dame. 16-14. Notre Dame ranked number 5. Northern Illinois unranked. Where have we seen this before? I wonder. At this point, we ain't even disappointed, man. I mean, we disappointed, but we not even shocked no more. Every time I hear Notre Dame is overhyped, overrated, I try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Y'all let me down again. Utterly disappointed. Quarterback Riley Leonard, as of right now, he's not it. I don't know what they need to do. 20 for 32, 163 yards, and 2 interceptions. Come on, bro. Y'all got 2 field goals blocked. That would have been the difference in the game. Y'all would have won. You made them 2 field goals. Y'all made Northern Illinois look amazing. Now, no disrespect to them because they did their thing. Their running game went crazy, had their moments. Y'all made Northern Illinois' game scheme look like perfection. So, I think this is going to be the first one of the season. We're going to have to hit Notre Dame with a, get him out of there, coach. Cooked. Ziggy, how are they cooked, bro? Like, that's just one loss. I don't give a damn, bro. Now I'm on the Notre Dame overhype train. At this point, y'all going to have to show me something. And your schedule don't get no easier. Y'all got Florida State, and I'm telling you what Florida State's going to look like by the time y'all play them. Y'all got Louisville. Louisville's looking good. USC is looking legit. Come on. And this is just after what y'all just did to Texas A&M, how good y'all defense looked. How hyped everybody was, your fans was, everybody penciling y'all in for the playoff because your schedule was looking weak at the time. Look how much one performance will change up the whole picture. Well, damn. So, like I said, I think Notre Dame is cooked. So y'all gonna have to show me something. If you still got a little rawness in you, I don't know. Last few games, we're just going to go over. I'm not going to dwell too much on them. Hit them with a few quick hits. How about South Carolina thraxing Kentucky 31-6 in their house? Kentucky, what the hell was that? Are you serious? South Carolina's defensive line was harassing Vandergriff all day. Yeah. Georgia has Kentucky this Saturday. We finna thrash them. It's over with. So shout out to South Carolina for getting that dub. Big W for them. Oh, man, it's good to see Georgia's rivals get beat. Auburn, how y'all lose to Cal at y'all crib in Jordan here, 21-14. So much hype on bringing in these offensive weapons, these receivers. Another year under Hugh Freeze. You know, his imprint's going to be on the team. Not even close. Bruh. Get him out of there, coach. Cooked. Auburn's done, bro. Not even to dwell on it. Peyton Thorne, he ain't it. Now, Florida, on the other hand, Graham Mertz had a concussion, so DJ Lagway got to start, and he probably should have started in week 1. Because that boy went off. And that's about as much positive energy I'm going to give Florida, because I hate them. But he did his thing against Sanford, you know. Did what you're supposed to against inferior competition. But just know, DJ, you're going to need to play like that for the rest of the way. Y'all literally have the hardest schedule in the land, so I hope you're ready, boy. How about Clemson with the bounce back? The Clemson played angry, boy. I had my doubts of whether y'all was even going to be able to win this game. And y'all destroyed Appalachian State 66-10. That stat line for Klubnik, bruh, he had what, 2 incompletions, 5 touchdown passes, 400 yards or something like that? Hey, you know what? I got to give it up to him. Y'all did y'all thing, boy. Syracuse beats Georgia Tech in what was actually a good game. Almost went down to the wire. Syracuse had to create a two-digit lead late in the 4th. Syracuse is looking legit when it comes to that. When it comes to that ACC. That boy Kyle McCord. Ohio State fans, y'all was giving Kyle McCord so much grief when he was there in Columbus. But it doesn't look like it was really him. He just needed to be in the right system, someone who could work with his skill set. Y'all look out for Syracuse. And let's see if Georgia Tech can bounce back. Arkansas, y'all had the lead against Oklahoma State, and y'all just let it slip. Like the lead had just been dunked in oil. You was trying to hold it with your bare hands. Like, what was that, yo? Gave the game away. Against Oklahoma State, y'all was dominating the ranked Big 12 team. known for the running game. Y'all had them shut down for the most part until y'all let go of the reins. Let Oklahoma State come back. Took it to double overtime. You still had a chance to win, couldn't pull it off. And this is at a time where your head coach is on the hot seat. So that would have been a huge win for y'all program. But to be fair, Arkansas has a lot to look forward to when it comes to how this offense plays. So let's see if they can make some adjustments and get ready for when they jump into SEC play. Because they're going to have to step back up and learn how to finish games. So that's all the games we got for y'all for week 2. So shout out to everybody who did their thing. And for those who didn't, get your mind right, get in the lab and get to work. Just like I need to get in the lab and start getting these videos out on time. I didn't realize how hard this was, y'all, getting these videos out, bruh. But I ain't playing with them. CLB with Ziggy's here to stay. I'm here for y'all. I'm here for my fan base. You feel me? Them sickos that really love this. The college football heads. And I'm going to talk about every team. Tap in with me, get in the comments. Like, comment, subscribe. It's CLB with Ziggy. We out. Yeah.